Well, welcome to the journey. Um, a little over 2 years ago, I started the journey, and the goal of that endeavor was to capture stories of transformation and capture stories of individuals, as well as tips and techniques on how people transform their lives, as well as what they learned along the way of that transformational aspect of their life, what the things that they learned as they failed forward, as they learned from the different setbacks that they had in their life, and then most importantly, those things that they learned, how they can share that with other individuals. So, um, about a month ago or so, uh, just as the 2020 was beginning, we had a conversation about um, goals and New Year's resolutions, the things that we wanted to accomplish in 2021. How are you doing with your goals? How are you doing with the resolutions that you had put in place a month ago and you wanted to accomplish in 2021? Right about this time, the beginning of February, is when research indicates that over 80% of individuals who set goals right after the beginning of the new year, by mid-February, 6 weeks later, many, over 80% of people who set those goals have now put them on a shelf, or they've gotten um, metaphorically packed away with the Christmas decorations. So I want to ask you, how are you doing with the goals or the resolutions that you set that you want to accomplish in 2021? To revisit, there's some things that we can do to help us accomplish those goals. One, have a clear idea of what is it that we want to accomplish. What is that goal? Uh, is it a direction? Maybe working on having a better work personal life balance. What is that going to look like if you did have that balance? What's the benefit, or how is your life going to be better as a result of this goal and the direction of this goal being accomplished? That if I visualize having a better work-life balance, or maybe losing 20 pounds, or gaining a certain amount of muscle mass, or eating differently, or whatever the goal may be, what is it specifically I'd like to do? And then how am I going to feel my life is better as a result of working toward this goal and accomplishing this goal? When I was bodybuilding, a tip that I had learned from Arnold Schwarzenegger was that he would visualize his biceps, his arms, looking like mountain peaks. And so I took that idea and I would look through the bodybuilding magazines at that time called Muscle and Fitness, and I would cut out pictures of a bodybuilder's chest that I thought was ideal, or another with his back, or another's legs, or another's calves. And I would visualize what that picture looked like, what that body part looked like when I was working out. And it helped on numerous different things. But one of the things it did is it helped with the mind body, or mind body part connection. So making sure not only do you define that goal, that what you want, but you also get a visual of what that would look like, or how your life would be different with it. And then as well, making sure that you um, see how your life would be better or improved as you're working toward that goal and accomplishing that goal. What are the actionable steps that you're putting in place? What are those things that you can actually do to accomplish your goals? If you haven't developed a plan for your goal, it may be one of the reasons why the goal got shelved. That we actually have to set up a plan to accomplish it, as well as having that fortitude to start that plan and then stick to it, and have the discipline of sticking to it. And then recognizing that there will be setbacks, that setbacks are part of the journey, and they're not necessarily a bad thing. Actually, those setbacks are an opportunity to learn and refine what you're doing. Time to ask maybe for some assistance or for some counsel from a coach or someone who may have already been um, where you want to go. They've already been there, and what can you learn from them? It's also a time period to learn about your own fortitude, your own resolve, and that resiliency as you have setbacks. Again, as I mentioned before, setbacks are part of the journey. They, we shouldn't be surprised when we have those setbacks, that they are something that we can benefit from, and it'll be another opportunity to grow and develop. I think for me, this idea of accountability is one of those words that I really want to focus on in 2021. That it isn't about someone or something being critical of me, but it's holding me or I'm holding myself accountable to persevere and push through those goals that I have set up for myself, regardless if that is business or career wise, or if that's in my personal life. That how am I not only setting this goal, but then how am I being held accountable and how am I holding myself accountable of following through this plan and the actual steps that I am seeing the benefit as I'm making progress toward accomplishing this goal, and that I can have a visualization of what is it I actually want to accomplish. Again, the idea is that it doesn't have to be some life world changing goal. It just needs to be something that is life-giving and life-changing for us that we want to accomplish, because the story that we will tell about the goal that we want to accomplish in 2021 is as much as finally arriving at that destination. So throughout this year, I will be checking in with you and seeing how you are doing with the goal that you have set out and the changes that you want to make in the 2021 year. Be good to yourself and be good to others. Be well.